You've accepted an offer, you're under contract, and then the inspection report comes back, and suddenly there's a list of requests from the buyer. Maybe it's a few things, maybe it feels like everything. And the questions start. Do I have to agree to all this? Is this deal about to fall apart? In this video, we'll walk you through exactly what inspection negotiations look like, what buyers are actually asking for, and how to respond strategically so the deal keeps moving forward. I'm Robin. Our team has helped over 500 families through the home buying and selling process, and inspection negotiations are consistently one of the moments sellers feel most uncertain about. So let's clear that up. The first thing to understand is that inspection requests are a completely normal part of the process. They're not a sign that something is seriously wrong with your home, and they're not a sign that the deal is about to fall apart. Once you're under contract in Pennsylvania, buyers typically have about 10 days to schedule an inspection, review the findings, and submit a formal response. Usually comes in one of three forms: a request for repairs, a request for a credit at closing, or an acceptance of the home as is. Most of the time, it's one of the first two, and that's where negotiations really begin. One more thing worth knowing. Most Pennsylvania homes are sold as is, but that doesn't mean no inspections, no requests, and no negotiation. It simply means the buyer made their offer based on the home's visible condition. If the inspection reveals new information, especially safety issues or major problems, buyers still have the right to ask for repairs, ask for a credit, or walk away completely. That balance is built into the process. A lot of sellers assume buyers are trying to nickel and dime them after the inspection. In reality, most buyers are trying to do one thing: protect themselves from unexpected costs. Inspection requests typically fall into three categories: safety and major system issues, like electrical, HVAC, structural. And those are the ones that are most likely to become real sticking points, and they're usually worth taking seriously. Functional issues like windows that don't open or appliances that don't work fall in the middle and often get negotiated. Cosmetic issues and minor wear and tear are the easiest to push back on, and buyers generally don't expect much movement there, or at least they shouldn't. In older markets like Philadelphia, inspections almost always surface items that are technically issues, but completely typical for the age of the home. That context matters when you're deciding how to respond. Here is where strategy matters. Everything's negotiable, but that doesn't mean everything should be addressed. Safety issues and major system problems are usually worth resolving, either through repairs or credit. Those are the items most likely to kill a deal if they're ignored. Aging systems and moderate repairs often result in partial concessions, and cosmetic issues rarely justify renegotiating. On the question of repairs versus credits, in most cases today, credits are the preferred solution. They keep the deal moving forward, eliminate contractor coordination and scheduling delays, and put the buyer in control of how the work gets done after closing. It's a way cleaner path to the closing table. And always keep the bigger picture in mind. If your home is under contract above the asking price, and even more importantly, above its value, it may make sense to be more flexible in inspection negotiations. If margins are tighter, you can push back more firmly. The goal isn't to win every point, it's to keep the deal together. Don't take it personally. This is probably the most important thing. The first response from a buyer is rarely the final outcome. We've seen buyers submit requests over 100 items long, and after a few rounds of negotiations, both sides reached an agreement that worked for both of them. The process is designed to surface concerns and work through them, not to blow deals up. Buyers are trying to minimize their risk, and you're trying to protect your investment. Both are valid. When you approach it that way, focused on the outcome rather than the individual items, negotiations become a lot more manageable. Inspection negotiations are not a crisis. They're a conversation. And when you understand what's actually happening, they become a lot easier to navigate. If you're worried about how this process is going to go and you want a clear, objective way to think through all of your options, we're happy to talk. No pressure, just a conversation about what makes sense for your situation.